In this video, I'm going to explain the fastest or the easiest way you can understand a significant figures. Now, assuming there are these three guys here, obviously consider this is the tallest person. So this is the taller, the shortest, and is it taller, tallest? Yeah, taller, tallest. So that is the point here. So this guy is the longest person among all these three guys. Everybody can easily see this. Now, when it comes to the significant figures, let's assume we are counting from this left to right. Right? So this guy will come first, and then this one will come second, and then the last person will be the third. If you are counting it in that order, is that okay? So who is the first person here? This one here, and then followed by this, and then followed by that. Right? So that is very easy and a simple way to imagine the significance of figures. What am I trying to say here? So if I bring that to something that we already know, now before we get there, let me rearrange these people here and see who will be the first and who will be the second. Okay, from this point, what are we seeing? We can see that the tallest person will come first, followed by this, and then followed by that. This one could be like the tallest in front, right? Because you are reading in this direction. So this guy become the first in this range here, is followed by the second, and then this one is going to be the third. Is that okay? Now, how do you understand this significant figure? What am I trying to explain in this video? If you bring that mathematically, and so let's say I have 3, 4, 5, and let's say 6, right? So 3, 4, 5, and 6. Which guy is going to be the first significant figure? This is this guy. Obviously, 3 is going to be the first significant figure, followed by that, second, third, and fourth. Is that okay? Now, listen and make sure that you stay to the end of the video to understand better. If you rearrange this thing, right? So I bring 6 first, followed by 5, and then let's say 3, and then 4. Who is going to be the first significant figure? Of course, this 6 here, right? And then listen very carefully. When I come to this point here, let's assume that this guy is not here, right? Assuming I push this guy a little bit forward, right? So and then let space be inside. So let's say there's a space here. If there's a space in between here, it's being assumed that this guy is out of the range, right? Maybe he's going to a urinal or the washroom or something of that nature. That doesn't mean that if I'm counting, I have to jump him. No, you have to count that guy in addition. So making 1, 2, and then 3. This guy that is missing here, and then the fourth person. What am I trying to say? If you replace this place by 0, it means that this guy is out. I don't know how you want to count if the 0 is in between. So I have 1, 2. I say you are going to jump this guy and say this is 3. No, it's being assuming that this guy has been sent, right? So if you have 6, 5, 0, 3, and then 4, when I'm counting the significant figures, this guy is 1, 2, 3, right? The third person here, fourth, and the fifth one. So in all, there are 5 significant figures here. That is when the 0 is in between. Are you getting the point? So you will count the 0 whenever the 0 is in between some numbers here. Always figure this scenario, right? Now let's have a look at the second part. Now what will happen if nobody starts the range? So let's see from here. Okay, let me come to this point. This could be easier. From this guy here, right? 1, 2, and a 3. Now if you want to count, this guy has vanished from here from the beginning. Nobody, okay, a lecturer comes or a teacher comes and say, okay, who is here? They say that person is not here. Obviously we are not going to count this person, right? Because you start the range. Nobody know if you come or you will not come. That is from the beginning, from the starting here. No one is there. Even if you are not there, then if it's 0 start, that's what I'm trying to say. If it's 0 starts there, we don't count the 0 as the first significant figure. So this guy always be the 1. We don't care the number of zeros that are here. It can be tens of the 0, hundreds, or whatever. You see, we don't care. We don't care about the 0. You always start with the first person. right? Of course, this is just for an understanding purpose. So what I'm trying to say here, if you have how do you call it, let's say I have 0 0 3 4 5 and then 6, we are not going to count this 0 as our first significant figure. No, these people are not part. So your first significant figure should start from this guy here, right? So that should be 1 first, second, third, and then fourth. Is that okay? So it's very important to understand how to count the significant figures, because if you don't know that, you are not going to be able to round them. Now let's dive into the point where you can easily round a significant figure. If you are new to this platform, you make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel for more lessons like this, specifically for a basic candidates. In this particular number here, we are going to round them to various significant figures. Right, by the way, if you want to join our YouTube channel, there will be a link down this video. Try and subscribe to the channel to learn more. Right? Okay, now as I said earlier on, but I hope by now you should know which one is going to be the first significant figure. Of course, that's going to be 3, right? Okay, now if you want to round this thing to 3 significant figures, so we are running this one to 3. So mostly we use xf to represent that. So 3 significant figures. So this is the rule, right? So this is the procedure of running a numbers, right? If I say a rule, you have to accept that, right? So if you want to prepare banku or rice, there's a procedure of doing that. So this is the procedure, not to prepare banku or rice, but rather to find the significant figure. You must obey that. I'm using a board marker to write against the board. Why am I not using pen? Because pen, it is not the rule, the formula for writing on a whiteboard. Is that okay? Very simple like that. Now to 3 significant figures, we know that this is the first, second, and the third. So once I got to the third significant figure, which is this guy here, 3 here, what am I going to do here? 5, sorry. What am I going to do here? I just need to look at the next person behind me, right? Forward. Of course, nobody hate to nobody wish to move backwards. We all wish to go forward, right? So just remember that everybody wish to go forward. I must write this thing. I say this thing. You just go write this thing. I must move forward. Is that okay? Write this in somewhere, right? So everybody must move forward in this life, right? Nobody goes back. Is that okay? So whatever you count, you go to your significant point here. That is 3 significant figures. 1 2 3. Look at the next person forward. So you are going to check if this guy is 5 or more, right? 5 or more. Is that okay? What are you going to do? You convert 1 to this. So here we are going to have 3 4, and then because this guy is more than what? More than 5, right? So we are going to borrow 1. We convert that 1 to this guy, making 6. Then everything is turned to 0 0. Are you okay? It is not a magic. You can always go back and then check the video again, right? I'm looking for 3 significant figures, right? So 1 1 2 3. Then look at the next person forward. Remember, I must move forward, right? So remember, so the next person here, is it 5 or more than 5? If it is 5, you convert it, or more than 5, right? So don't get confused. So a quick one here. If you have 3 4 5 5 and then 7, I'm looking for to convert this guy to 3 significant figures. So I have to count 1 2 3, right? So this is my third significant figure. So let me check the next person behind that. Is it 5 or more? Yes, it is 5. So you convert that 1 to this, making 6. So this answer and this answer are going to be the same in terms of significant figures. Is that okay? All right, perfect. Now what will happen if I want to convert this one to 2 significant figures? This guy here, 1 2. What is this guy here? 5 and more, a perfect one here, right? So this is 5, means I'm going to have 1 added to this guy, this number here, making 3 3, 5, and then remember everything else tends to be 0, 0 once I convert my thing. Is that okay? Everything that follows becomes 0, 0. Bogus. You don't need them again. Does it make sense? Okay, so perfect. If you're able to manage that, let me have a look at your answer for this one here. Should I have 2, 4, 8, and then 1? Turn these people to 2 significant figures. Alright, just 2. So I want to have this answer in my comment section below, right? So I'll be expecting this answer in the comment section below to 2 significant figures. Okay, that is for the first part, right? So the second one, the second part is where the zeros begin. Why don't you subscribe to our channel if you haven't, or if you have a specific topic you want us to assist you with? I will leave a link to our form, a Google form down below. It's titled self improvement or self-information, something of that nature. You fill in that form and then enter the questions that, or the topics that you want us to assist you with below. We are ever ready to help you, right? Now, assuming I have this number and I want to run this thing to, let's say, 4 significant figures, right? 4 SF. So this is 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth one. It's absolutely wrong if you count it like that. Are you getting my point? So the question here is why? Why am I saying this is wrong? Why? I wish somebody can comment. I will not explain why. So if you know that you are following this video, let me know in the comment section below. So you just need to type why and then bring a 2 column and then write your answer. I know that you answered this question, right? When I see this thing, I'll give you a heart or a special thumbs up for following, right? So the first significant figure here is going to be this guy here. So this should be 1, 2, and then 3. Where is the fourth one coming from? No, there's no fourth one here. So the fourth one here is be assuming that should be 0, 0, right? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and so on and so forth, right? So the correct way of solving this problem here is that we can reduce this guy to 3. I intentionally bring this thing for an understanding purpose, right? So if you send this guy, let's assume that you want to convert this thing to 3 significant figures. That is 1, 2, and then 3. Who follows here? Nobody. 0, 0. So absolutely 0. Nobody is here. If there's no number here, you just assume that is 0. Is that okay? So 3 significant figures. Who follows here? Who is the next person? Because we are moving forward. Who is the next person? 0. So you leave this one as it is. That's going to be 4, 5, and then 6. Simple like that. So to 3 significant is that. What about to 3 SF? 2 SF, 2 significant figures. So that is 1, 2. Look at the next person. Forward, always forward. You must move forward. That is 5 or more. So you convert that one to this, making this guy to be 6. To what? To 2 significant figures. We are going to have 4 and then 6. Is that okay? So if you have any special question, make sure that once again you comment below, right? Okay, so now let's assume I have something like 3, 0, 1, and then 5. We want to convert this guy to, let's say, how many significant? I wish we can say that. Let's say 2, right? So 2 significant figures. So that should be, where are we going to start counting? We are counting from here. This should be 1 and then 2. This is what I explained at the beginning of the video, right? So whatever the 0 falls in between any numbers here, that 0 must be counted, right? Unlike this one, you see that the 0 begins here. So we are not going to count the 0 as our first significant figure. But if the 0 falls between these numbers here, you must count them. So 1, 2. So look at the next person here. That is obviously less than 5. So this everything tends to be 0, 0. So that should be 3, 0. Is that okay? So here is already 0. the next guy that follows us in a forward, that is less than 5, that guy also tends to be 0. So everything tends to be 0, 0. The only way you can master anything is by doing it. So I'll have a question down below. Make sure that you fill that question, right? So almost we have students all over the world that are trying our questions. So make sure that you also try up to figure out where you are lacking, so that we can easily assist you. Is that okay? Now this is for today. So for a short understanding purpose, you will keep it as it is. What will happen if you can give you 0.0245? Do you want to know how to convert this into significant figures? Make sure you subscribe once again if you haven't. We love you. If you have any question, don't hesitate to comment down below for help.